for me, of everybody that I think you've interviewed, I don't know them all, and you've had conversations with them. I don't know why, but a Mother Teresa, I don't know. I probably know like 0.5% about her compared to what you do, but I'm fascinated by someone like her.
Yes.
Because she gave her, it appears to me that she gave her life, not a decade. It appears she gave her life to something that she believed in at a level that the majority of us human beings aren't willing to. And I'm not saying we all have to, but it seems like that.
You have hit the nail on the head. I've done entire keynotes on Mother Teresa as the boldest woman of our time. She was a businesswoman. You have to understand that she ran a business that by the end of her life amassed millions in property values across 120 countries. What's number one? The first step on the footbridge to bold. Know what you believe. She had this experience as a girl on a train that this was what she was to do. It took her years of going back and forth with Cardinal, whoever it was. Oh, holy was I just feel like the God's calling. And he'd say, oh, sweet, sweet, gentle Sister Teresa. No, that's not what God wants. Oh, but if you had to listen to that audio tape, you want to bang your head up against the wall. But she knew exactly what she was supposed to do. She knew she had been called by God to do it, and she got people to give up everything to not just serve the poor, but to live among them. And she understood what she could bring. She was a woman described as ordinary by people who knew her as a young woman. Ordinary. So if an ordinary woman with not a lot of money, not a lot of great looks, not a lot of great intelligence and education, if that person can change the world, then you can too, in the way that God has called you.
What did you feel? I'm assuming, did you interview her in Calcutta?
No, I called her on the phone.
I figured so. Did you really?
I did, yeah. It was a challenge that morning in the meeting. I thought we should get a comment from her on the death of our beloved bishop at that time in Baton Rouge. And of course, I got the laugh. You know what happens when someone laughs at me, Mark. We've talked about this.
You make sure you go do it.
Yeah, that sounds like a challenge because he said, tell you what, you get Mother Teresa and I'll get the Pope. And within 2 hours, I had her phone number in Calcutta because it just so happened a photographer in town had just been out there to do a photo shoot and had her home number. And Mark, that night I had to look at the time difference. I'm on the set, on the anchor desk. I'm brand spanking new at this job. I've got the earpiece in. The director from the booth calls this long number, which I still have in my Rolodex. Shelby, do you know what a Rolodex is? Shelby knows what a Rolodex is. They were little scrolling things we used to have back in the day. And I still have it under Mama T. I have the number. And so the phone starts to ring, and then I hear, hello. And I said, I think, well, hello, my name is Julie O'Neill. May I please speak to Mother Teresa? This is Mother Teresa? Who is this? And just in that moment, are you kidding me?
Did she know you were calling?
No! It was morning there, and she answered the phone. And you have to read the book to know what happened from there, but it was profound.
What did you feel?
It was profound for me to be hearing her voice, and because we all knew at that time she would be canonized someday. Mm-hmm. And then I will tell you at the end of the phone call, and that whole thing, because she had just suffered a stroke not long before that, so she was confused, and I went, and I talk about this in the book, I went through the struggle of, I wanted to let this poor woman out of her misery and just let her be off the phone because I could tell she was experiencing some confusion about what I was calling about. But here that competitive Julie needed to get the soundbite for the half-hour special, and so the wolves were fighting. Mm-hmm. What's the right thing to do here? And then it came to me what to do to get something from Mother Teresa, and And so I did that, and then we were ready to hang up, and so at the very end, she says, "God bless you." And so I'm now off the phone, and I'm running through the newsroom. I've been blessed by a saint. and I'm, of course, so excited and celebrating because I got something really special and meaningful for our beloved bishop, who I loved, and I believe he should be a saint. But also, how's that phone call coming with the Pope? You know, there was a little bit of the competitive me that I got it, but it was mainly just, I knew I just had a life moment. Yep. And it's weird because it's like I feel her presence and have my whole life. Years later, when in Cincinnati, got this job, I got a call. They wanted me to be the voice in an audio recording of Mother Teresa for her novena. And this was after she had passed. And I said, "You want me to be the voice of Mother Teresa?" And I said, what if lightning strikes? And I kind of joked about it, but I was very prayerful before that they said, "We don't need you to sound like her. We just need someone who knows how to emphasize the right words and speak clearly." And, I was the anchor in town. So I said, okay. And I prayed about it, and I went. And so the novena that is on audiobook of Mother Teresa is my voice.